Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, where we are continuing off of the second case in the game. I'm excited because it's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks since I last recorded this game. I had to take a break. I had a little vacation from work and I spent time with my girlfriend in person and it was wonderful. So I just needed that little break. I hope you guys don't mind, but you know, sometimes a creator's gotta do what a creator's gotta do to take some time and enjoy life, you know? So let's get back to dealing with this man. By the way, during that vacation, I was rewatching the Sherlock TV series from BBC, and it just really emphasized in my mind how different this Sherlock is from the other Sherlocks that I'm used to. So I'm just like, okay, I gotta get used to this Sherlock so that I will stop complaining about how different he is, because you know what? Everybody is entitled to make their own iteration of Sherlock. Even if they have to, in order to avoid the whole copyright issue, they have to change his name. Alright, so let's see. Your stupid deduction just now. Let's talk about that.
Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean, I'm clearly not Russian, but whatever.
Oh, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in.
Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part?
Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads, "Oh. Revolutionary villain." Villain? Unless his name is... Oh, that must be his name. Ah, villain. Got it. Villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. But he doesn't look anything like that. Come on. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered.
Since when was Kazuma a Russian?
Just because the writing's in Russian doesn't make him Russian.
It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor.
It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik.
No, how could it be me? Come on! I don't look anything like this man, just look at his face!
Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learnt to revolutionize your... Wait, revolutionize? Okay. Your appearance as well. It's just, his sentences are so ludicrous that my brain is like, wait, what?
Please.
And, I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? It just means that there's another stowaway somewhere.
Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower.
Ah, yes. The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Do do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder?
And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? That's clearly a reference to your partner, Watson. Come on now.
Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn... wow, Binks. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk fast because that's kind of like how I want him to speak. In a war-torn... Ooh, saying that in a British accent is hard. War-torn region of Afghanistan.
Where even is it, anyway? This Afghanistan place.
Ah, guess you wouldn't have heard of it back then, huh? Here, take the paper for yourself, as a little memento of this great deduction.
Oh, thank you, I guess.
I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Okay. I want to look at that. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well.
On the back?
Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. Alright, let's see. Okay, so that's clearly the guy who looks nothing like me.
I'm afraid I can't read a word of Russian.
No, me neither. Neither. I have no idea what any of this says.
Oh, what a handsome portrait you have. You're very handsome, although you're stupid. The pair of you floundering is a sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, "Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai."
Yes, you told us that before.
It reveals also that those who see the man's beard with their own eyes never live to tell the tale.
Oh my goodness, he is fearsome.
Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he?
The solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he need only shave it off.
I'm not quite sure that's the problem, Mr. Sholmes.
Or Holmes. Alright. Then it's talking about the back. How do I turn it? Oh, yeah. Oh, pretty lady and ballerina, maybe? She looks like a princess?
This is interesting.
Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san?
Well, no, I mean it looks like it might be interesting.
She's very pretty.
I can't read a single word, I'm afraid.
No, nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think?
She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you?
I don't know. I can't make any sense of it.
Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article, which I correctly pointed you towards.
Ah,
Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents.
Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Holmes.
It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novavik? of the Novavik Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Or Novovich? I'm never sure with Russian names. God, what's wrong with my throat? If it's Novavik or Novovich. I think I hear them say the CH, they pronounce it like ch. But I'm never sure. I don't know. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova.
Why are Russian names so hard to remember?
Not hard to remember, hard to pronounce. It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room. It's weird when they say found to be missing. It's like a contradictory statement, but you know what they mean. Wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles.
Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles?
I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money.
Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves.
Ooh, does she have a weakness for shiny things? The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Not for the person, but for the tiara, of course.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain.
Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country?
It does seem to be the Russian thing to do.
Ah, they're rushing away. Oh, that was a horrible joke. I'm sorry.
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo.
Alright. That must be important. You know how these things go. Okay, I don't see anything else. No. Alright.
It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two.
Alright.
Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you?
In a very weird position, too. Kazuma. Oh, yes, the victim.
Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all?
Observe, for a moment, the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text.
London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip.
And unfortunately, she would not let us read it.
Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people and you might get thrown across the room like I did.
Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading.
You mean you've read it already?
It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese.
Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is.
Watch her not do it because she's a fangirl. Yep.
Susato-san? Aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns?
I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean?
Girl, that ain't fair. That's favoritism.
Life is so unfair.
Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details.
Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese.
A smattering, dear boy. Dear boy. Wow, I cannot talk today. I'm rusty. What the frick? A smattering, dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. What the? What is nado nado? But this diary is littered with complicated looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. Oh, he has an awkward laugh. Oh boy.
So what was all that showing off about before then?
If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes.
Holmes. Gosh. I need to remember to do that. Girl, you a freaking hypocrite. You didn't want to read it before, but now you do?
I'm much obliged, my dear madam.
The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound.
Oh?
A whistling sound?
These are very deep waters. Pray, go on.
The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Ah, that's the name of the case, isn't it?
A speckled band? What on earth does that mean?
So something or someone did come through the ventilator.
I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before.
The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin.
Finally, we're gonna be able to leave this room and investigate the next room, maybe? Speckled band. Like a headband? A neckband? I don't know, some piece of clothing, maybe?
So, I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being at least.
Do you have somewhere to go?
As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold.
Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to.
Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter, no? There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point.
I thought you did.
You must be joking. You just said it, only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing.
Well, actually, Mr. Holmes, I did hear you say that too.
You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really. So what, were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate.
Okay, you are so weird. What is this pose? What are you doing?
I'm so funny, aren't I? Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name.
Yeah, his name sure is twisted now, isn't it?
Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for?
Huh?
We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well.
Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can...
Hiya!
Why do you keep doing this to him?
After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate?
Ugh, as if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door.
Good idea.
The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this, and bring the real culprit to justice.
Do we have anything left to investigate in here? Thought we pretty much finished, so... Is there anything else we can examine in here? I really thought we finished. Can we look here again? No. I don't see anything else. Maybe we just gotta talk to the guy now. Yeah, nothing else here. Alright.
Thanks to that so-called detective, I'm even more stuck inside this cabin than I was before. For the time being, I suppose I'll just have to focus my efforts on investigating in here.
Am I missing something? Do I have to look at the ventilator again? Maybe they'll say something different even though it's checked off?
I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator.
Yeah. Isn't a little odd. This ventilator... supposed to connect to the next door. Yes.
Yes, it would appear to. You're right.
Purpose to allow fresh air. Yeah, that's what they said. Okay, we did this already. Then what else are we missing? Okay, I don't know. Is there any part we're missing? I don't know. What else are we supposed to look at? Maybe look at this again? Because after she reshuffled it, I was wondering. Oh, this is new. I'm sorry. I can't fast forward it, so
These books are provided for the entertainment of whoever is occupying the cabin, I suppose.
And they must be well looked after. You mustn't damage any of the ship's property.
But it wasn't me who knocked them over.
Well, anyway, I feel much better now that they're neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are in a mess.
okay. Is there really nothing else we can look at here? Nothing at all. Hmm. Just looking at everything all over again.
Excuse me.
What?
I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside?
Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true, I see.
Sorry?
The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape. Very funny.
We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping.
Niet. You stay in this cabin until next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay.
Ah, alright. There's no point trying to appeal to this man's better nature, that's for sure.
The door?
When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this.
Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself.
You had that up your sleeve the whole time? Damn, girl.
But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
Glare.
When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine.
Oh. Okay, I think we did finally click on everything that needed to be clicked on. Alright, yay!
Oh, look over there.
The crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he?
Huh, how did he get in without us noticing?
That's what I thought.
Why don't we try talking to him?
Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again. But I suppose I could try.
Okay. Let's examine you, sir. Hello? Can I click on you?
Is that?
Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before.
He does look familiar. Does he have glasses on?
Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir?
It is him, isn't it? What the frick? What are you doing here? Is that who I think it is? Is that, Inspector Hosonaga? Bruh. Are you gonna be our detective for the game? But how is that possible? I'm confused. Okay. What voice did I get? I think it's him.
Yes, what can I do for you?
It is you. Don't think I don't know your face. And you're still holding your arm in that position. It's kind of awkward to hold it in that position still. You're not a waiter anymore, dude.
I recognize that face, but it can't be.
And the coughing, too. Oh, that's definitely him.
It is!
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga.
You should have red on that sleeve, but whatever.
Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped.
Nearly stopped. I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. Again?
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation.
But dude, why are you always coughing blood? That's really bad. Okay, well, that's good. We've made progress, finally. And, a familiar face! Hey, what's up, bro? Good to see you. But anyway, I think we're gonna leave this episode right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. And until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye.